Hi, y'all, and welcome to this special edition of Raquel Medium Well, where the Damaged Goods boys have asked me to come in and record something special for them for the month of October. Y'all know October is all things spooky, and this is no different than that. What they've asked me to do is come in and give a reading of Edgar Allan Poe's The Raven. Now, if y'all know Edgar Allan Poe, y'all know that motherfucker was kind of weird. So The Raven gets a little weird, and Raquel likes to get a little weird, so we're going to get weird together. Now, here we go. Join Raquel on this journey down Edgar Allan Poe's Path of Terror, The Raven. Once upon a midnight dreary, while I pondered weak and weary, over many a quaint and curious volume of forgotten lore, while I nodded, nearly napping, suddenly there came a tapping. Who's tapping it? Oh, as if someone gently rapping at my chamber door. 'Tis some visitor, I muttered, tapping at my chamber door. Only this and nothing more. Well, it better not be nothing more, I'll tell you that much, because if somebody's waking me up from a nap, y'all gonna be in big trouble. Distinctly, I remember it was in the bleak December. December stay cold and dark, and each separate dying ember wrought its ghost upon the floor. Eagerly I wished the morrow. Vainly I had sought to borrow from my books surcease of sorrow for the lost Lenore, for the rare and radiant maiden from the angel's name Lenore, nameless here forevermore. Now, Lenore must be somebody real special. I wish somebody would feel special like that about Raquel. And the silken, sad, uncertain rustling of each purple curtain thrilled me, filled me. Y'all remember when Randy used to thrill me and fill me? Oh, yeah, y'all. With fantastic tears never felt before. So that now, to still the beating of my heart, I stood repeating, 'tis some visitor entreating entrance at my chamber door. Some late visitor entreating entrance at my chamber door. This is it and nothing more. But I'm still going to go with my peace, because you don't know who's knocking on your door late at night. Presently my soul grew stronger, hesitating then no longer. Sir, said I, or madam, truly your forgiveness I implore, but the fact is I was napping, and so gently you came rapping, and so faintly you came tapping at my chamber door, that I scarce was sure I heard you. Here I opened wide the door. Darkness there, and nothing more. See, I didn't even know if it was going to be a girl or a boy. It's kind of hard to tell these days. Plus, people don't even want that label no more. Deep into the darkness peering, long I stood there wondering, fearing, doubting, dreaming dreams no mortal ever dared to dream before. Well, see, one time Raquel had this dream where she thought that maybe someday she'd be happy and find herself a man that she could love for the rest of her life. And then she thought that was going to be Randy. But y'all know how that ended up because, well, he's still a little bitch. But the silence was unbroken, and the stillness gave no token, and the only word there spoken was the whispered word, Lenore. This I whispered, and an echoed murmured back the word, Lenore. Merely this and nothing more. I can tell y'all one thing. If I open the door and somebody just starts whispering shit at me, it's about to get real. Back into the chamber turning, all my soul within me burning. Soon again I heard a tapping, somewhat louder than before. Surely, said I, surely, that is something at my window lattice. Let me see then what thereat is, and this mystery I explore. They think Raquel gonna go and explore a mystery. Well, I look like exploring a mystery. The only mystery I explore is what's in them weird tacos y'all want me to cook later on. Y'all know what I'm talking about? Let me see that. Oh, wait, I already said that. Let my heart be still a moment and this mystery explore. 'Tis the wind and nothing more. I tell you what, if the wind's making that noise, it's time to get the fuck out. That's what I'm saying. Open here, I flung the shutter. Wind with many flirt and flutter. In there stepped a stately raven of the saintly days of yore. Not the least obeisance made he, not a minute stopped or stayed he, but when the mien of lord or lady perched above my chamber door, perched upon the bust of Pallas, just above my chamber door, perched and sat and nothing more. If a bird comes in and he just sits his ass down on a bust I got sitting above my chamber door, you best believe I'm gonna take my piece and put his brains all over that wall. Then this ebony, oh yeah, bird beguiling my sad fancy into smiling by the grave and stern decorum of the countenance it wore. Though thy crest, y'all remember the crest? Yeah, he's a friend of mine. Though thy crest be shorn and shaven, though I said, art sure no craven, ghastly grim and ancient raven, wandering from the nightly shore, tell me what thy lordly name is on the night's Plutonian shore. Plutonian? What is some Back to the Future shit? Quoth the raven, nevermore. Shut up! Raquel's trying to lay down a track.
Sorry, Mama.
Shut up and fix yourself a dang quesadilla. Much I marveled this ungainly fowl to hear discourse so plainly, though its answer little meaning, little relevancy bore. For we cannot help agreeing that no living human being ever yet was blessed with seeing bird above his chamber door, bird or beast upon the sculptured bust above the chamber door, with such name as Nevermore. That's what I was saying to this raven. He come, he try to sit down. Next thing you know, you got bird droppings all over the place, because that's all birds is good for. Some people want birds as pets, and I'm like, no, because then what if they fly away? Then you sad, but then you realize that all they really brought to you was just poop. Birds just brought the poop. And that was it. You can't really do nothing with them. You can't walk them. You can't take them for a walk or nothing like that. But anyway, but the raven, sitting lonely on the placid bust, spoke only that one word, as if his soul in that one word he did outpour. Nothing farther than he uttered, not feathered than he fluttered, till I scarcely more than muttered, other friends have flown before. On the morrow he will leave me, as my hopes have flown before. Then the bird said, nevermore. Man, fuck you, Raven. Can't you say something else? Started at the stillness, broken by reply so aptly spoken. Doubtless, I said, what it utters is its only stock and store, caught from the unhappy master from unmerciful disaster, followed fast and followed faster, till his songs of one burden bore, till the dirges of his hope that melancholy burden bore, of nevermore. But the raven still beguiling all my fancy into smiling, straight I wheeled a cushioned seat in front of bird and bust and door. Then upon the velvet sinking, I betook myself to linking fancy unto fancy, thinking what this ominous bird of yore, what his grim, ungainly, ghastly, gaunt and ominous bird of yore meant in croaking nevermore. This I sat engaged in guessing, but no syllable expressing to the fowl whose fiery eyes now burned into my bosom's core. This and more I sat divining, with my head at ease reclining, and the cushion's velvet lining that the lamplight gloated o'er, but whose velvet violet lining was the lamplight gloating o'er. She shall press, nevermore. That raven came in. And I was like, Raven, you crazy. That's so Raven. Then methought the air grew denser, perfumed from an unseen censer, swung by seraphim whose footfalls tinkled on the tufted floor. Wretch, I cried, thy God hath lent thee. By then these angels he hath sent me, respite and nepenthe from thy memories of Lenore. Quaff, oh quaff this kind nepenthe, and forgot this lost Lenore. Quoth the raven, guess what he said, motherfuckers? Nevermore. Prophet, said I, thing of evil, prophet still, if bird or devil, whether tempter sent or whether tempest tossed thee here ashore, desolate yet all undaunted, in this desert land enchanted, on this home by horror haunted, tell me truly, I implore, is there balm of Gilead? Tell me, I implore. And that raven looked at me, he said, nevermore. Prophet, said I, thing of evil, prophet still of if bird or devil, by that heaven that bends above us, by that God we both adore, tell this soul with sorrow laden, within the distant Aden, I shall clasp a sainted maiden from the angels named Lenore, clasp a rare and radiant maiden whom the angels named Lenore. Quoth the raven, nevermore.
Mama,
Yeah,
can I drop a beat?
yeah, go for it. Be that word our sign of parting, bird or fiend, I shrieked upstarting, get thee back to the tempest and the night's Plutonian shore. Leave no black plume as a token of that lie that shall be spoken. Leave my loneliness unbroken. Quit the bust above my door. Take the break out from my heart and take the form from off my door. Quote the raven, nevermore. Okay, stop it.
Thanks, Mama.
And the raven, never flitting, still is sitting on the pallid bust of Pallas just above my chamber door. And his eyes have all the seeming of a demon's that is dreaming, and the lamplight o'er him streaming throws his shadow on the floor. And my soul from out the shadow that lies floating on the floor shall be lifted nevermore. Thank y'all. This has been a special edition of Medium Well, Raquel Medium Well. I want to say thank you to the Damaged Goods Boys for having me in here to do this special edition of The Raven for their October celebration, the celebration of Halloween and all things spooky and scary. If you thought that wasn't scary enough, well, next time tune in to Cooking with Raquel. It always gets scary on there. And of course, we like to say thanks to Jive Turkeys, the turkey that make you say, damn. That's turkey and Jimbo's homemade sausage. Go on down to Jimbo and let him put his sausage in your mouth. We'll see you next time. Be sweet and be pure and have a blessed day.